first order of business is to go check out downtown Kona and go to the airport beach because it's the closest. So our next stop, we decided to go to Milolii, which is down south side of Kona, which is like an old fishing village.
Yeah, it turned out super cool. I will say on our way down there, it looked like the whole village was at a party and they were having tons of fun. But they all stopped and stared as we drove by. Clearly, they're not used to many tourists in their town. And I wasn't really sure if they liked us or not. I was waving, didn't get a whole lot back. But we totally found the swing and ended up having so much fun.
So next on our trip, we went north to the National Historical Park called
Pu'uhonua, Hōnaunau.
And why I thought it was so awesome is because you could go and get this historical, spiritual, interesting experience, learn about the culture, and then there were local people hanging out at the beach right there that we hung out at, and there were hot springs there too. It was a really cool experience. So after that fun, we were starving. So we headed to a place called the Coffee Shack. And not only was the Hawaiian pizza aloha style, but the views were crazy.
Yeah, and there was even some wildlife there too. I would show up early, make reservations. There's not a lot of parking, so, you know, keep that in mind.
So next we went to the Kealakekua Bay. And the hike down was rocky and long. I was getting really nervous that this long hike on these treacherous rocks might not be worth it, especially thinking about the hike up the mountain on the way back.
Yeah, that was definitely one of our favorite places to snorkel. We saw so many different fish.
Totally worth it. I was shocked. No Google review could have even explained how amazing that would be. Our best snorkel ever.
Yeah, and we lucked out because we almost didn't make it to it getting dark to go back up, so we had to kind of like rush through it, but we had a blast. So one of our last stops for our trip was the Royal Kona Resort.
Do you ever have that feeling when you're traveling, when you're doing life with someone that you know you're supposed to be with? We have this twin flame thing and crazy stuff happens when we're together. And I always wanted to go to a luau. We decided this trip, it wasn't in the budget. We pull up to the resort and we see they're prepping for a luau. And not only were they prepping for a luau at the place we were staying, but if you're staying there and you're hanging out at the pool, you get to see the luau for no additional cost, watch the sunset, and hang out by the pool. It was so cool. Just stand here and make food every day, all day, and look at that amazing view.
So the next day we went to their private saltwater lagoon, which is really cool because you can't really swim in the ocean that much over there. It's pretty dangerous, so it's pretty cool. So they have their own little area, there's waves coming over and stuff.
That was a fun day. Yeah, after we chilled at the lagoons, then we went downtown a couple times and checked out shops, restaurants, so much walkable, so much to choose from. And the next day we strolled around for lunch and we found the best Indian place that we've ever ate at. This trip was full of bests, right? And why I loved it so much, not only did it have good Indian flavors, but they had so much seafood. I love seafood. Seafood, Indian together, voila.
So when we finished up lunch, we noticed there were a bunch of helicopters flying overhead and a bunch of smoke. So we actually caught kind of a cool sight of helicopters flying down and picking up water out of the ocean and bringing it up to the brush fire that they have, which was pretty interesting to watch.
So we do this little thing when we travel from time to time. Lots of the times when we're near a beach, we renew our vows. We just think it's fun and we call it getting married over and over. Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming along, guys, and checking out one of our favorite islands in Hawaii, Big Island in Kona. See you later.
Mahalo!
Mahalo!